Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this brand new day. We're in. It's pretty loud. The fan's on. It's only like 55 or so outside right now, but that's warm for me. So I got the fan on because I am too warm. So thumbs up for that. And boy, it's supposed to reach like high 60s today. But it started off this cool yesterday and turned into a scorcher. Holy smokes. I gotta try and take it easy, of course. My arm is still a hurting. I mean, not bad, but I don't want to overuse it. And again, this arm free doesn't feel like it weighs a thing. This arm feels like it weighs like 10-15 pounds, and I got springs that I'm fighting against to move. Now, when I go out walkies, I still stretch out my arm, up and back and then out this way. This side is damaged. I mean, bringing it upper like this, I am amazed I can bring it up at all. I damaged this side badly. Through a couple of years, I've said how joints stiffen if you don't use them. For years, while watching my wife, I did not lift my arm up above this height. And then one day I noticed I couldn't raise my arm. The joint had stiffened. So I fought hard and I got it to stretch back out so I could lift my arm and bring it up and such like that. A massage therapist I went to was rather impressed by that, because these muscles and tendons we have up here, they can take like 5 to 10,000 pounds of pressure, and I still managed to stretch it out. Thumbs up for that. It's still really sore and tired. I mean, I'm still able to do stuff. That's cool. The muscle part, doing pretty good. For the shoulder. I'm not gonna touch that back there like I did the other day. It's still bad. But if I don't irritate it, it's okay. Now I gotta make sure not to irritate it any more than I have by moving my arm around. The nerve, not good. I mean, all the way up to here it hurts. I mean, it is just a line that runs up and all the way up into here. Sometimes I can only feel it in parts of places. Sometimes it's a burning line all the way down. Right now, it's mostly the nerve itself, pretty quiet. These muscles here, of course, are just wound up tighter than piano strings. And up here, it's still cramping. And this part where I had the injury is still mega sore. So it's not great, but it is not terrible. I'm used to pain, physical pain, have been for decades. This, it's only about a 4 or 5. Not bad. So thumbs up on that. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Also, yesterday, I mentioned in vlogging how with my structure, I like to do my vlogging, and then I've been trying to do some recording of Dead Island, then go walkies, come back and edit, and then have the rest of the evening. Well, then I immediately blew that out of the water by not recording Dead Island and going straight to Walmart. But I can't reach it from here. I have a little camera bag that I carry my little handy cam in. This is a right-handed camera. Now, if I keep my arm like this, my bicep is close to my body and not really stressing out anything here. So holding up the camera with this little thing like this and then just moving it around, I recorded only the best parts that I thought, out on the trail that runs along the stream. So it's like a 10-minute walkies, from front to back. And it's much less than that I recorded, but oh my God, normally that stream is just exploding with water. There were parts where normally it's exploding that it was just a bare trickle. It's June, and it was a bare trickle. Oh my God. So I got recordings of that. I got my card reader up on my tabletop over there. I need to plug that into a USB hub that I have onto the laptop, get the card reader, plug that in, get the card out of the camera, and then I can make my Walkies video, because it is a beautiful trail back there. I love it. It's dangerous. You have to keep your eyes open. It is a community type trail, and so paths that were like this have eroded down to like this with slopes down into here. You can still walk it, you got to keep your eyes open. There is one area that is down by the water, and the trail's up here, and there are two ways you can get down to it. Erosion has taken most of the trail out. I think this one's just a flat go like this, but if you're careful up here, you can still walk it. You go down, you're sliding. But there's a lot of stuff down there, and I mean, I wouldn't go down there, and especially we have a homeless population, and homeless people that have the means to have tents and such, they set up their tents every night. So you want to be careful where you're going, especially if it's early or late, and you see stuff, so you want to just be careful. Thumbs up. I am never going to make any bones about where people who are having times are staying. I mean, if you're having times, then I am not going to complain. I've been through times. I am going through times. I've been having times my whole life. I am not going to dog anybody else for going through times. If you have to live in a tent out in the woods, I will wait until you have dismantled your tent and left before I come through. So, yay on that. But it's nice, it's beautiful. I got recordings, so thumbs up on that. Checking the rest of my list here. I still have to talk to my housemates on this one. I'm not sure, because I haven't talked with them about this whole thing, and I need to. From thinking back, the way it sounded was they're expecting me to still live here after the utilities are turned off. That's the way it seemed from the conversation. But I need to leave them a message saying, when are you going to come pick up your stuff? Because if you're not paying the utilities for next month, I can't live here. And if I can't live here, I'm not going to be paying the rent on the place. Now, if I had money for utilities, I don't think I could give it to them and then have the utilities go for another month, because they've probably taken care of it, but I'll talk to them. But $500 someone said that they would give for utilities. That's just Comcast. Ugh. Now, I don't know what it's like. 10 years and some ago, there was a, Earthlink/CenturyLink that you could get a contract that was $20 a month for DSL. And the DSL was faster than Comcast and much more reliable. I don't know if they still do that, what the prices are, but anything is better than a $400 and some odd Comcast bundle. Ugh. I mean, I don't watch TV. A TV part of a bundle is wasted on me. And while I have a landline, and I'd like to have a landline wherever I go, I'm not going to pay for, broadcast television, cable television, because I don't watch it. So thumbs up on that. So yeah, I still got to talk to my roommates. I haven't had a chance. I've been super busy. They barely want to talk to me. They're super busy, so I just don't know what's happening. I still have people that are offering help. I'm still thinking of starting up a GoFundMe, and it's just, my mind is not set up to deal with this, and I'm having to deal with this, and I'm having issues. So it's going slower than I would like, and time is racing. So I need to find out, and pretty quick. So what else do I have on my list? Oh, this is a fun thing. You can't tell because of the washed out light. But in the non-washed out light, the back of my hand It frightens me. Like I say, with non-washed out light, where I need, less light where you can see details, the back of my hand looks baked. Compared to my fingers, which are pink, and this part, which is only lightly tanned, this part, non-washed out, looks baked. And I finally figured out why that was disturbing me so much when I looked at it, going, that does not look like my hand. After 15 years working in healthcare, when people are older and get more delicate skin because of senescence, your cells stop dividing, your skin gets thinner, your blood vessels get thinner, you bleed easier. People get bruises and badly marked areas on the back of their hands because they get older, and all you have to do is grab someone by the hand and they'll bruise. And if you're not careful, you get a skin tear, which is a whole chunk of skin slides and rips. So you have to push it back and then tape the edges down to hope it heals. That's what this reminds me of. And non-washed out light, this is just, it looks baked. And it looks to me like I've been one of those elder abused types. So that's what's bugging me, and I don't like that. Which winds up to yesterday when I was walking to Walmart. I got, oh my gosh, quarter of a mile away from my home, and I was thinking of this and thinking of these things and going, gosh, it was just a little time and I baked like this and I had this and it was hot sun, and then I suddenly thought to myself, it's hot sun. I'm talking about baking. I forgot to put on sunscreen. So yeah, I went out under the blistering hot UV rays with absolutely zero protection while looking at my skin and going, gosh, I sure take damage when I have no protection under the hot sun. Oh, it's rough when you forget about the sun. So I had to turn around and slather sunscreen all over myself, the SPF 50 stuff. I was smart. What else do I have on my list? Just creative stuff and gaming stuff right now. One of the things was, in my comments, somebody said that they would like to see me restart up the Daggerfall because they didn't really enjoy the Daggerfall game a lot. Now, when I first started way back when, I bought Arena off the shelves. I oddly enjoy Arena a lot. I played it like once when I first bought it and then gave it to my friend. I hated it back then. I love it now. Daggerfall, I bought it off the shelves again and then just immediately gave it to my friend. I don't know why, but he played it a lot. And I went onward, and then Morrowind is where I exploded into the Elder Scrolls stuff and started re-picking up the older things. The reason I'm bringing that up is people are always critiquing now the GOG version of Daggerfall. It has like 200 mods and it's not maintained, so it's got the older version of Daggerfall Unity, and it's just, people do not suggest that you use the GOG version of Daggerfall. Just don't do it. It's much better because it's so much easier to mod it yourself. To just download Daggerfall Unity, make sure you've got Daggerfall. It's free. You can get it off Steam or any place else. In fact, if you go to Bethesda and try to download it, it sends you straight to Steam. So, Daggerfall Unity, I am thinking of starting it up again with the mods only that I want to select. I do enjoy the game. It is fun. And there are a lot of different ways that you can modify the game so that the big dungeons, the main dungeons, the dungeons that they hand created, not going to be modified. But the random dungeons for quests, you can say small dungeons at the beginning before you even start your game because of Daggerfall Unity, and it makes the dungeons from random sprawling things to something that's about this big. So you can just get in, get out. No need to spend hours and hours and maybe having a game stopper just because of a huge dungeon. So I'm thinking of doing that one real soon here, As soon as I can use this hand much more, pushing it forward to play anything is painful. I play games, but I can only play for about an hour before, oh my god, I have to stop. Boy, I want this to hurry up and get healed. Now let me check in the rest of my list here, because in the game, checking the time, Dead Island, I had reached the point in the last recording where I came back to the rich people place, because I went through the sewers to the rich people place. They were pissed at me. I went back, I went forth, talking to the rich people, and then the last time I went back, they're all dead. They've been, zombies got in. Those that aren't eaten are zombies. And in the game, I'm just saying, it's like, what happened? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happened. This is a zombie apocalypse. You have to be on point 24/7. And the zombies only have to get it right once. So when you come up on a settlement and you find they're all dead, it really doesn't matter what the story is. It really doesn't matter how it happened. They need to be on point perfectly 24/7. And the zombies just have to be lucky once. And with people, that can be anywhere, anytime, anyhow. So yeah, in the first couple chapters, when you're running around on the beaches, you find small groups of people that have managed to hole up. You leave, you come back, they've all been eaten. Because that's what happens. You have to be on point 24/7. They only gotta get it right once. And then you're all in zombie bellies. Thumbs up for that. And talking about people being eaten and put in bellies, one of the things that I wanted to talk about again, because I think about it, I've mentioned it before, I'll mention it again, just to keep stuff fresh in my head. But of course, to remember the kaiju in the Apple Rock layer at Apple Rock Mountain, the actual kaiju in its folded up form looks like a giant Granny Smith apple. It's even kind of green. And so this creature that comes rampaging every 5 or 6 years, eats a couple thousand people and then goes back up to settle down. Everybody just thinks it's a monster. Nobody understands that this is a dark and malevolent, chained and fallen god of death and destruction. Not literally a god, but just to remember, the kaiju was one of those beings that, well, its entire universe and everything that lived within it was destroyed, except only a portion of it was burned away. It survived and was crushed into the form of the kaiju. It's no other creature before the kaiju had ever been captured like that. No other creature like the kaiju will ever be captured ever again in the history of this universe. 1 trillion years ago, the kaiju ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time, and now is stuck here on the razor's edge with about 60% of its presence, body, mind, and abilities burned away and now smashed into the form of the kaiju. Within the razor's edge, it is a god. If it left the razor's edge to go to the inside to fight creatures, there are creatures out there that could stomp it into paste easily. But if they come into the razor's edge to deal with the kaiju will hurt them badly before eating them alive. It is untoppable on the razor's edge. It is a god of death and destruction. It has lived for over 1 trillion years now, and it will live until the end of this universe, however many countless billions of trillions of years that will be. Reality tried to kill the kaiju many times, and at the last attempt of the reality to kill it, it sank its fangs into the very meat of reality and locked its jaws. It is not going to let go. It is not going to die until it is ready to die. And it will never be ready. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, except I haven't because I'm still suffering and dealing with doing all this on my PlayStation. So, like being unable to fully thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons, each of the beautiful and awesome people that I would normally have written down on here. I can't write you down on here. You are all beautiful and awesome. You know who you are. Thank you so very much. Oh my gosh, it is appreciated. For everybody that leaves me comments, thank you. Your comments are rays of sunshine in a very dark cave right now. It is appreciated from every one of you. Well, it's not supposed to rain, I think, but it's only supposed to get in the high 60s. I still have to walk to Walmart and such. We'll see what happens weather-wise. Yay! I mean, yesterday I just walked to Walmart, turned and walked back. So that was cool. Didn't use my walker because I wasn't planning on purchasing anything. That's why I was able to walk on the dirt trails. No taking my walker there. So anyway, I got nothing written down left and the time is late. So I'm going to do what I have to do today. Hopefully you can get done the things that you have to get done. That would be a very good thing. So until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is a very good thing. So thumbs up, and I will see you after I turn on my controller. My original PlayStation 4 controller, this like, we're coming up on, how long have I had this thing? 2015, 2016? So it's been a long time. Original controller. Yeah, so that's a good thing. Anyway, you take care. I'll see you.